Today, we are diving into a big discussion about love and marriage, Huntsville, and more specifically, about the recent events involving Marquez, the show's dynamics, and the production behind the scenes. I know that you guys are eager to know what happened, so let's get into it, because there is a lot to unpack here. So, to start things off, Marquez recently made some bold claims about why he was let go from the show. He revealed that he was let go because of an interview he did with Queen Sheba and some text messages that were allegedly sent to Trish. Now, if you've been following this show, you know that things have been messy for a while, but this just takes the drama to another level. There's a lot of speculation going on about what really happened behind the scenes. Let's be clear, I'm not taking sides in this whole Trish, Marquez, Ken drama. Honestly, it feels like everyone involved in this situation has been messy and toxic at some point or another. From all the rumors, text messages, and allegations of threats, it seems like this situation was only bound to escalate. But the part that stands out here is the idea that Marquez was allegedly let go because of an interview. Now, I want to break this down because I'm not buying it. If you look at other reality stars who have been able to freely talk to other YouTubers, they don't seem to have suffered the same fate as Marquez. So why is it that this particular interview was the one that caused such an issue? There's definitely some inconsistencies here, and it just doesn't add up. Marquez interviewed with Queen Sheba, and that's allegedly the reason why he was let go, but there have been other cast members who've done interviews and not faced any consequences. So, what's the real reason behind Marquez's exit? Let's talk about Carlos King, the producer behind the show. There's a lot of talk about whether or not Carlos is trying to sabotage certain cast members for his own personal gain. And honestly, the more I think about it, the more it seems like Carlos is playing favorites. If you really want to look at the situation objectively, you have to ask yourself why some cast members seem to get away with so much, while others face the consequences for doing the exact same thing. For instance, Marquez isn't the only one who's faced controversy. We've seen other cast members, including Martell, make disgusting threats and spread toxic behavior, yet they're still allowed to be on the show. So, why was Marquez the one singled out for his interview with Queen Sheba? It doesn't seem fair, and it's hard to ignore the hypocrisy at play here. Carlos King has a history of letting certain things slide, while others are punished. And the issue here isn't just with Marquez, it's with the way the show is run overall. There's no consistency when it comes to how the cast members are treated, and that's causing a lot of frustration among fans. If Carlos wants to have a stance on something, he should apply it fairly to everyone, not just pick and choose who gets the punishment and who doesn't. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. If you look at the way things have played out on this show, it's clear that there's a deeper issue with how things are being handled behind the scenes. The show keeps going to new lows, and it's hard to see how much further they can go before it becomes too much. It's like they keep pushing the boundaries, and at this point, it's become a liability. I think it's time for a complete recast of the show. The current cast has become so toxic that it's hard to watch anymore. We've seen so many problematic behaviors, from threats to violence, and it's just not entertaining anymore. The show needs a fresh start. It's clear that the current formula isn't working, and it's time to move on from this mess. One of the main things that has been bothering me about the situation is the focus on ratings. It feels like everything that happens on this show is geared toward creating drama for the sake of ratings, and that's not the way to run a successful show. You can't keep relying on these negative storylines and expect people to continue watching. At some point, the audience is going to get tired of the toxicity, and that's what's starting to happen. As we look at the situation with Marquez, it's clear that he needs to focus on his mental health moving forward. He's been through a lot, and it's starting to show. There were reports of him having a breakdown during filming, and it's important to recognize that reality TV can have serious consequences on a person's well-being. Marquez needs to take a step back, focus on himself, and do some serious healing. Mental health should always be a priority, and I hope that he's able to find peace outside of the chaos of the show. It's also worth noting that Marquez has hinted at possibly having an opportunity with Tyler Perry. While he's made it clear that this isn't reality TV, it's still a big step forward for him. I think it's great that he's looking to move beyond the show and explore new opportunities. Maybe reality TV isn't the best place for him, especially if it's causing him this much stress. I hope that whatever comes next for him, he's able to find success and stability. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the production side of things. The way the show is being handled by Carlos King and the team is definitely questionable. I get that drama is what drives the ratings, but there has to be a line between entertaining drama and crossing into dangerous territory. The cast members' actions are starting to get more and more out of hand, and it's becoming a problem for the show's credibility. Carlos King needs to reevaluate the direction the show is heading in before it becomes irreparable. The hypocrisy surrounding Carlos King's decisions is something that can't be ignored. If he's going to set boundaries for some people, he needs to apply them equally across the board. There are too many double standards going on, and it's hard to take anything seriously when it feels like decisions are being made based on favoritism rather than fairness. If Carlos is really trying to clean up the show, then he needs to start by holding all of the cast members to the same standards, regardless of their status or connections. In the end, what we're seeing here is a bigger issue with the way reality TV is being handled. It's not just about the drama, it's about the consequences of that drama. These shows have real-world effects on the people involved, and it's time for a shift in how these situations are handled. We can't keep going down this path of toxic behavior just for the sake of entertainment. There needs to be more responsibility taken by the producers, the cast members, and everyone involved in the production. To wrap it up, I think we've all seen enough of the toxic drama from Love and Marriage, Huntsville. The show has reached a point where it's just not fun to watch anymore. It's time for a change, whether that means a recast, a shift in the production approach, or just a complete reset. The show needs to find a way to balance the drama with respect and responsibility. Until then, I think we'll continue to see the same issues popping up over and over again, and that's not something anyone wants to keep watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with the points I've made? Are you tired of the same old drama, or do you think the show can still be saved? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more discussions like this. I'll see you all in the next video.